If your partner says, I just want you to validate my feelings, and your response is, feelings aren't facts, take a walk with me. I want you to know they're not speaking in some sort of secret code, although it can feel like that sometimes. You may feel confused or even defensive because what they're saying might feel like an attack, when it's actually a bid for connection with you. What they are trying to tell you is, I don't feel seen, heard, loved, or understood in this moment. Oftentimes, this isn't something that just comes out of nowhere. It's something that's been building up over a long period of time. I want you to take a moment and think back to a time where you felt misunderstood, ignored, or diminished. You can probably recall feelings of anxiousness, frustration, or irritation. And if you dive deeper, there was a huge lack of connection that you desperately needed in that moment. I'm not saying that you have to agree with everything that they're saying, because you don't. You just have to have enough empathy, compassion, and self-awareness so that you can begin to understand how they might feel in this moment. And that's based on their knowledge, experience, and current emotional state. When you validate them, it's going to sound something like this. Having used your active listening skills and a little bit of eye contact, you might say, wow, that sounds really tough. I can't imagine how you must feel. Even a simple phrase like, gosh, that really sucks. That moment of co-regulation that you're allowing for in that moment allows them to drop their shoulders, to exhale, and to begin to relax. Shift into their parasympathetic nervous system of rest and relaxation. If you really want to take it to the next level, you give them an 18 to 30 second hug. How do you know when a hug has been long enough? Their shoulders drop and they relax. Not only have you validated their experience, but you've also co-regulated with them as well. You've cultivated a shared sense of safety and security. As an individual, another component to this is the ability to recognize when your partner has a different emotional capacity and bandwidth than you do. Something may seem silly to you or an easy fix, but in this moment, they can't get there. I know that this can be hard to understand, that someone doesn't have the same emotional capacity that you do. And for many of you, that may be one of the biggest things that you desire most from your partner. It doesn't mean that they don't care, or if they wanted to, they would, but it is possible that they never developed the skills that were necessary because they never observed it in how to navigate this situation with you. It's also important to remember that you will never find yourself inside of someone else, so stop looking externally. The only way to get everything around you to change is for you to change. No matter how badly you might want it to happen, you can't make somebody be different. But when you change, everything around you has to respond. Good, bad, or indifferent. And if you made it this far, stop allowing others to dictate who you are and who you become. You have to get really good at living your life and know yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And when you truly know yourself, what was once unavailable to you becomes available. The bigger picture to all this is when you finally allow yourself to be yourself and show up authentically, you'll no longer seek the validation of others. You have to learn to cultivate your discernment and self-trust.